depending on your actions during this conversation, will determine whether or not she gives you Werner's notebook or not. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just be a complete chode to her. What's up, everybody? Badass Games. Welcome back to Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness. Now, there's a few things I want to talk about before we get started here. First of all, I want to mention that we're finally getting into some of the good stuff for the Tomb Raider game. This game, I know I've been really negative about this game, but it's going to start picking up here in a little bit, so that's awesome. Second thing I want to talk about is there is a controls fix that has been posted. I posted a link down to the Tomb Raider forums post down in the description, so if you're looking to get some better controls in this game, you can go ahead and download that patcher. I guess it's not a patch, it's actually an EXE replacer, but I'm choosing not to use the controls fix, so I'm still using the original controls in the throughout the rest of this walkthrough, just so you guys know. Alright, now let's get back into some of this gameplay. If you remember, in the last video we picked up Von Croy's notebook from Carvier's apartment. So let's go ahead and take a look at the notebook, and I have to apologize because the resolution I'm using throws the text off of the side of the notebook, which is apparently a known issue, but anyway, let's take a look at this notebook. Basically what's going to happen is everything, if you flip the pages from when you open it to the right, you're going to be looking at Von Croy's latest entry going back in time. So like, this is Von Croy's latest entry, and then the second latest, so on and so forth. And so there's some good information in here, so if you want to go through the notebook and read some of this stuff, it's pretty interesting. So, and there's also this one here at the end that we will be making use of later on. Okay, so there is some good information in here. Now, right now, we don't have any entries in this notebook from Lara yet, but she will be making entries as we go through the game, and we're going to get some here in a little bit. So, that just wanted to really show that to you. That's what we got at Carvier's apartment. Okay, so here we are in the Parisian Ghetto, and there's going to be some guys back this direction. They're homeless, basically, and you don't necessarily need to talk to them, but I'm going to go ahead and talk to them for completeness sake. Just that way we can see what they have to say. Just approach them, hit the action button.
Is this your pitch?
All Paris is my pitch. Got any spare change? For a coffee?
Maybe. I need to find a man.
Then look no further, ma petite.
This is a particular man. Bouchard. Louis Bouchard. Know him?
No. Never heard of him.
Even for spare change?
Go away, I never heard of him.
So where could I ask? I could use a coffee. How about you?
Try the Café Métro, in the Place d'Arcade. The owner might be able to help you. Knows all kinds of stuff.
Sounds like my kind of cafe.
What about the spare change, mademoiselle?
I didn't say I had any.
Welcome to Paris.
Wow, Lara's pretty cold. She's got plenty of money. She's got 160 euros, so... Anyway, basically from here, what you want to do is you want to climb. You didn't really need to talk to them, so you could just go ahead and do this off the start anyway. You want to climb to the top of the trolley cart that you were in when you started the game, and you'll see the large med pack back there in the back. We're going to crouch, and we're going to go grab that real quick. You can also climb the chain link fence that was there on the left side when I
can climb that.
When I crawled underneath here, but that's probably a shorter way, but one of the large med pack. Jump up here and grab this fence and pull yourself up. Now, Lara doesn't climb nearly as slowly as she did in the old school games, the classic Tomb Raider games, but she still climbs a little too slow for my taste, I guess. That's fine. Jump off here, we'll land on this grate. Now, the next thing we want to do, you may see the items flashing over there to the left of Lara's head. We're going to go grab those right now, so let's get to the edge here, step back real quick, and let's do a running jump over to this ledge, pull yourself up, and now this next jump's kind of tricky. I haven't missed it yet, so it should be somewhat easy. Yeah, you can either grab the ledge or land like this, and then you just... Oh, well, you could fall off like... Well, let's pretend I grabbed the ledge, and then let's shimmy over to the right. Doesn't matter. You can, like I said, you can walk. You can actually walk through that metal post there, too. Going the one direction. I don't think you can do it going back, but... Alright, let's pull ourselves up into here and claim these items. We got some euros and we got some chocolate. And who knows how long that's been sitting there, because this doesn't look like... This looks like a place that hasn't been accessed to in a while. Alright, so now, let's see if I can walk through this pole. I got lucky there. Now, in order to get back, this is what you want to do. You definitely want to walk along this ledge. You don't want to shimmy because you can't pull yourself up. And just do a standing jump over to this platform, and then we can do a running jump over to the far platform. I I guess grabbing wasn't necessary. Uh-oh, I'm kind of... like nothing's working here. I've never landed on this thing before. I can't jump up here. Oh well, I'll just use this fence. That was odd. Okay, the next place we want to go is to the right this time. We don't want to, or basically this direction. We want to hop over into here, and you see this guy. I'm going to bypass him for a second. We will talk to him. But first we want to go down here and grab this money that's on the ground. Alright, now let's go talk to this guy.
You looking for anything special, little lady?
So what are you, a city guide?
That's right, I'm a city guide, all tastes and interests catered for.
Good. I need directions. I'm trying to find a man called Bouchard. Do you know him?
That's not a healthy kind of question to be asking.
Don't tell me Paris is dangerous.
Oh, we got all kinds of rough stuff here in Paris, including our own serial killer. You heard of the Monstrum, huh? You heard of him?
So it doesn't really matter how you answer this guy. He's not gonna do anything. You can pretty much go any direction you want.
What do you really know about the Monstrum?
Not much. The killings are very messy, you know, grisly, no one's safe.
Even Bouchard?
Lady, no one, no exceptions. Have you heard what the Monstrum does to the victims?
So how do I contact Bouchard?
He won't have time for casual callers. Been having staff problems at his club, I hear.
Bouchard runs a club?
Yeah, Le Serpent Rouge, flashy joint.
Why should losing staff be such a big deal?
Because these staff are dying on the job, messily, no one knows why, or how.
You don't think Bouchard's up to handling it?
Keep your voice down. Bouchard can handle all he needs to, but this is something different, something creepy. His people didn't die pretty. It's got him really shaken.
Is it the Monstrum?
Who knows for sure? I just tried to keep my nose clean, you should too.
So you've no idea where Bouchard is?
No.
Well, I'm sure someone does. I'll ask around.
Yeah, do that. Why don't you try Café Metro?
It's the same thing here. It doesn't really matter how you respond here.
Who do I talk to there? The owner?
Hey, I'm kidding, really. The guy's a complete loser. Forget it. Go home, do something recreational, which is where I might be able to help.
No thanks.
Having to keep low, eh? That's hard, especially with the cops being so trigger-happy.
Should I give Bouchard your regards when I find him?
No, don't do that. But if you are at a loose end, look me up. I'm sure we could find something diverting for you, you know, something special.
See you around.
Alright, so I'm not sure if he's trying to get laid or if he's trying to sell me drugs, but it sounded like Laura's going to get a hold of him later, so that's pretty interesting. If you notice in the bottom right-hand corner, there was an update in our notebook. You saw a little notebook flash. That means that something was put in our notebook. Let's see what it says. Find Bouchard's club, Le Serpent Rouge. So, yeah, now what I was trying to tell you before is that as you go to the right through the book, you're advancing through Von Croy's notebook, and as you go to the left, you are advancing through Laura's notes. So, good information there. Let's go through this door. And you see this lady standing out here. Now the thing is that the two people that I talked to in there, you don't need to talk to, but you have to talk to this, you have to talk to Janice. Otherwise you won't be able to talk to Pierre or to the Bernard. So let's go ahead and talk to her and get this conversation out of the way.
Not a lot of passing trade at this hour.
It's early yet. Move along, ma chère. You make the place look crowded.
Does not matter how you respond here.
Have you worked in this neighborhood for long?
What can I do for you, chérie?
I'm looking for someone you might know. Name of Bouchard.
You won't find him here, ma chère. He did run the club across the road, Le Serpent Rouge, but had to move premises. There was a lot of trouble, I heard. Things needed to lie quiet for a while.
Oh? Trouble?
Lost some of his best people. Very messy business. Made him nervous. And that's saying something.
Do you know where he moved to?
No idea. There are people who know, but if your mind wants to lie low, he won't be easy to contact.
I'd have guessed as much. Everyone's in hiding.
Not everyone, chérie. What do you want him for?
I'm trying to track down a friend's movements.
Lost, is he?
Dead, but he made contact with Bouchard before he checked out.
Tell you what, there's two guys who used to work at Le Serpent Rouge.
So Bouchard didn't lose everybody?
No. These two left before the troubles closed the place down. One's a miserable old devil called Bernard, who was the janitor there. He hangs about in the park sometimes.
And the other one?
The other one, Pierre, worked as a barman. Makes bad deals that backfire on him. He runs the cafe at the Place d'Arcade now. Café Métro. You never know. Might be worth a shot.
Well, you still don't really matter how you respond here.
What makes this cafe owner so unlucky?
Oh, he's a total loser. Claims Bouchard held back some money or something of his and kept it at the club. I don't know the details.
You seem to know plenty. I didn't catch your name.
Janice.
Does anyone know who's causing Bouchard all this grief, or why?
No, or they're not saying. The monstrum has got everyone too scared to talk.
I'd have thought Bouchard would be geared up for trouble.
He can handle it all right. No one better. But the way his people has been dying, so ugly. And that poor woman.
What woman?
Someone called Carvier. She worked at the Louvre, it says on the radio. I don't want to talk about it.
Carvier?
No, you watch out, my cher. There is a lot of sickos loose on the streets.
Yeah.
That's okay. Some of us like it that way.
Okay, so she tells you about two people that might give you information about Bouchard. She also updates your notebook to, you know, clarify these things in case you forget. Find Cafe Metro, which I think that was already there. Oh, Bouchard's club at Le Serpent Rouge. Bouchard's new premises, gotta find that. Find Bernard. Contact cafe owners, Pierre. It's like, the list goes on and on. Now, you don't need to do all this stuff. These are just hints, like this is what you need to do, something along these lines in order to finish this level. So we don't need to do all of this. And in fact, you're not going to be able to talk to Pierre and Bernard at the same time. You can't do both their missions. Well, technically they send you on the same mission, but you can't go through both of their dialogues at the same time. So, or in one playthrough. What I'm going to do, well, I'll get into that in a little bit. Let's go grab some items that we can pick up. Over here, across the street from Janice, there's some euros laying on the ground. And then, once we grab those, if we go up the steps right across from Janice, we'll enter another area of the Parisian Ghetto. Over here on the floor right here is some more money. Now, I'm not sure what the heck's up with the texture, but that looks like a building to me. Okay, so grab that. Then we want to go ahead and head to either Pierre or Bernard. Now, like I said, it doesn't matter which one you go to. What I'm going to do for the walkthrough is I'm going to talk to Bernard. Bernard's going to be the main storyline that I continue on from here on, but I will be showing the Pierre side as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Bernard first, and then we'll go to Pierre. Now, Janice mentioned that Bernard was in up the park, so we got to go all the way to the park, and the park is in the is basically in the corner up in this direction, right here where it says Metropolitan Parc de Lune. This is exactly where we need to go. And then here is Bernard.
Excuse me.
You're not from around here?
No.
Then leave me alone. I'm busy.
It does not matter how you respond here either.
You should be more polite to strangers. You never know who they are.
I don't give a dead curse who you are.
Janice said you were a real charmer.
Janice? What did she speak to you for? Why did she tell you about me?
The same thing here. It doesn't really matter how you respond here.
What's your attitude, old man?
I'll watch nothing. Leave me alone.
I'm going to have to tell your old boss how rude you are to the ladies.
Not Bouchard.
He may know what happened to a friend of mine.
Forget it. Bouchard doesn't like time wasters.
Neither do I. So where is he?
Undercover. But 160 euro might jog my memory.
Okay, so the past two dialogues didn't matter how we responded, but this one does matter, because if you do not choose the right option here, then he refuses to help you for the rest of the game, and you have to go to Pierre. So you want to be polite and give him the money.
Here. Now how do I find Bouchard?
It's not going to be easy, you know?
Let me be the judge of that.
Bouchard has had big trouble lately, and he owes me, big time.
Perhaps I can help you. What does Bouchard owe you?
A box. My box. And I want it back. It was hidden at his old club, the Serpent Rouge. But things got nasty. I had to leave it behind.
What if I were to retrieve it for you from this club?
I know a password that gets you past Bouchard's door guard at his new hideout.
Okay. So do we have a deal? Your box for the password?
Deal. This will get you into the garage next to the Serpent Rouge. From there, a passage lets you into the main building.
What am I looking for?
A small box, hidden in a broken lighting ring.
Good. Now we're beginning to feel like old buddies, aren't we? Where will you be in an hour?
In an hour? Here. But after that, who knows?
Make sure you are. I don't like wasting my time, remember?
Alright, so he updates your notebook, but basically he's just saying you need to get the box out of Le Serpent Rouge. And he also gives you keys for the garage. So that's where we're going to go to next. Let's head out of this door. And we're going to pretty much go down this road. Also, by the way, there is another dialogue you can do. You can go into this store right here, and this guy will tell you about the doorman and how to get past the doorman instead of... well, you still have to go through Le Serpent Rouge, but we won't be doing that. And we want to head this direction because this is where the Serpent Rouge was. The Serpent Rouge is actually back this direction where Janice is. You'll see Janice here in a bit, way down there. Okay, so over here, though, is the garage, and this is how we're going to get into the Serpent Rouge. Now, if you went to the Pierre route, you would be going into a door that's down this way, and it's to the right. So let's go into this garage. Now that we're in here, what we want to do is we want to come over here to the right real quick. There's this spanner wrench on the desk here. We're going to be needing that in a second. We'll come over here and we can search all of these lockers. I wanted to search the other one, but she chose to go over here. All of these lockers have items in them. And this one right here is actually bugged out. I've noticed she doesn't reach her hand into it, but she definitely pulls something out of there. And over here, we have... Come on. What'd we get? What'd we get? Just bandages. And in this one we have Flintlock rifle, or Flintlock whatever. This Flintlock makes it worth it, the fact that I gave Bernard $160, because that Flintlock's worth over $300 when I sell it to the pawn shop. It's definitely worth coming this direction over the Pierre direction because we get that and we gain a body strength upgrade. We want to pull this lever to raise the car, and then there's going to be a lever over here that we can activate. Now this is going to increase our strength, somehow.
I feel stronger now.
Good for you. Now let's go up here. We can bust through this door. If you didn't get the strength upgrade, then you wouldn't be able to break through this. And in here we're going to grab a new type of gun. The Desert Ranger, and also some ammunition for the Desert Ranger. Now, let's take a look at the weapons that we got here. Desert Ranger. And you can see the ammo here. Let's take a look at this ammo. It's really difficult to tell the difference between the Desert Ranger clip and the Vector clip because they look very similar. The difference is, though, if you look at the bottom of the clip, this one's just solid gray, okay? But if we go to the Vector R35, which I don't have any ammo for, there is a... We'll see it in a little bit, and I'll tell you when we pick one up. But it has a small black triangle at the very bottom. It's very noticeable, so you can tell the difference between the two. Okay, let's put that away. We don't need that, Lara. Okay, and that lever not only gave us a strength upgrade, but it also opened up this hatch right here that we can fall through. So let's fall through this. Now, if you did the Pierre side, you could still come to this point and pick up these items, so all these items can still be grabbed. There is a Vector ammo right there, by the way. You can see the black triangle there at the bottom of the clip. Okay, let's climb this ladder. And then we can hop out here. Whoa, I almost went back down. Here's some vintage Cognac in the floor back this direction, and you also see this lever. If you did the Pierre side, then you would see the lever, but you wouldn't be able to interact with it. Let's pull this lever, and it's going to cause this little elevator thing to bug out, which isn't an actual game bug. That's what it's supposed to do, and it's going to alert this guard, and he's going to come into the room here in a second. I better choose a better weapon than what I have. I think I have an unloaded weapon selected. No, I got some ammo in it. That's fine. But I don't want to use it. Let's just use the MV9. And I'm just going to sit up here and wait for him to come in the room. Doo-doo-doo. He takes forever. But as soon as he comes to the door... Oh, that's the best death I've ever seen. I don't want him to fall. Oh, but he disappears. Pick up his weapon because he dropped a weapon. And then we come up here and we can open this door and begin Le Serpent Rouge. Now this is where I'm going to end the Bernard walkthrough, and I will pick up... I want to go back and do Pierre, so that way we can see exactly how Pierre's thing fans out. Okay, so for the Pierre portion of this walkthrough, This is how you get to Pierre. You basically come this direction, and you can just follow the signs too. Like, all these signs point in the right direction. Like, you've heard about Cafe Metro because all these people are talking about it. Well, that's where we want to go. You just follow the sign to Cafe Metro. There's also some interactive maps around here you can check out if you're lost and get stuck in some of the environmental things.
Are you Pierre?
Possibly. What can I get you?
Information.
Really? Well, everyone wants something for nothing.
It needn't be for nothing. We could trade.
Trade?
You used to work at the Serpent Rouge. I need to find your ex-boss, Bouchard.
You don't look like police.
Now, it doesn't matter how you respond to this guy at all throughout the entire conversation.
No, I don't. But I do deal with problems. Sort them out.
And run errands, no doubt.
If need be. And they pay well enough.
What sort of problems?
What sort of problems do you have? Any situations need clearing up? Difficulties removed?
In exchange for information about Louis Bouchard. That's dangerous information.
I'm a dangerous girl. And right now, I'm losing patience.
I do have a situation that needs tidying. A retrieval job. Something I forgot to pick up from Le Serpent Rouge when I left in a hurry. It's mine, and I want it back.
Why don't you just pick it up yourself?
2 guesses.
Bouchard? The monstrum?
Don't joke about the monstrum. Bouchard ran a lot of operations there. The place will be staked out.
Just tell me where the item is in the club.
It's small. Small enough to fit inside one of the stage lights. The one that doesn't work.
That's it? Okay. I can work with that. How do I get into the club?
With this. This will get you in behind the stage area at the back. Return what's mine to me here, and I'll put you in touch with Louis Bouchard.
I'm sure he'll be glad to hear from you again.
He isn't going to. I just tell you where to find him. Then it's up to you.
Okay. And if this doesn't work out, I know where to find you. Don't I, Pierre?
Alright, so he gave us a lot of information. Basically, he tells us that he needs an item out of the Serpent Rouge, and it's hidden in the light that doesn't work in one of the light fixtures. So that's basically what we gotta go do. And same thing as what Bernard said. Now, is there like a parallel paradox here where it's both of their things at the same time? I don't know. It's pretty interesting. But we need to go back to the Serpent Rouge and go inside of there. This time, since we chose to go do Pierre's mission, we will get this cutscene. And he was basically the guy that was sitting in the corner at the cafe if you went and checked that out. Alright, so here we are. I told you wanted to come in this direction if you took the Pierre mission. So let's go through this entrance right here. It's basically just showing you where all the items are. Now there's a couple ways you can deal with this guy. You can either walk into that room and just knock him out, or you can come over here to this light and pull this switch, and he's going to come check it out. The light's going to go off over there. He's going to come check it out. Now we're going to hide real quick, so get into stealth mode and try to get along the wall before he sees you. And then just wait. You'll see him pass. Or you can just shoot him. I mean, when you have a gun, you should have a gun at this point, maybe. Once he gets to that point there, you can just walk out and take him out without using any ammunition. And he's going to drop a gun, of course. Maybe. Alright. And now we're going to go get the difference in items between the Bernard and Pierre side missions. So in here we get the Desert Ranger, same gun that we got in the other one. We also get some keys which are going to let us access the stage. Pretty much we can't come back this direction from Bernard's because we don't have that key. We also get a ChocBar, we also get some Desert Ranger clips, and then before we go we want to keep our eye out for this item right here that I almost missed. It is a Desert Ranger clip. on this box. Alright, so now that we have this, we can go into the area, and I'm going to continue a little bit. I'm going to actually continue the walkthrough from here for the whole purpose of the thing. Now, when you enter here, we're going to take our gun out and lay waste to some of these guys. Now, I get close because it does a lot of damage. It does more damage the closer you are. It takes less shots, so you save more ammo. Both of them, everybody drops their weapon in this game, apparently. So pick up the weapons that they drop. And we want to go into this door. This is only if you came from the Pierre direction. If you came from the Bernard direction, then you already got some of these items. But we can continue down and go through this door. And we get the Cognac, and we also go get the some of the items. Like I said, there's a switch there that you can't activate if you went the Bernard direction. But we can go down this ladder right here. And hop on top of this to get these items. And now we just head back to the center area for Le Serpent Rouge, the dance floor, I suppose. And there's that thing bugging out. Whoa. And that's why you can't tap X to let go and drop off of ladders in this game, because her animation that she makes whenever she's recovering is just way too long. They totally put a nix on letting go and grabbing ladders to fall off. Okay, so basically this is where the Bernard and Pierre walkthroughs merge. So there's a couple items that we want to get. Over here to the right on the bar, there's a bunch of items over here we can grab. There's a button right here that's going to raise this little thing here. This small little elevator. And on that thing there's going to be 2 sets of shotgun shells. So let's grab this stuff. Also, there's 2 ChocBars you can see right there, and there's also vintage Cognac on the table behind us. So let's get that, and now we're going to go head to the other side of the DJ booth, or the DJ stage, I suppose. Back behind this set of speakers, there's a box of pills. Alright, now let's get into the DJ booth, because we need to do something in there. And on the other side, there's some steps, but steps are for wimps. Right here is a record you can pick up. This is going to be a valuable item, just like the Flintlock and the Cognac. Now here on the wall is a lever. This is going to activate our music, and it's going to also cause a couple of guards to spawn. But most importantly, it forces that light fixture to move, which you'll see why that's important here in a bit. Let me pull out my gun. I'm going to take this guy out. And then I'm going to do it with something that I call a lost pull, or a line of sight pull. I'm going to hide behind this box, and he's going to come running at me, because he knows where he's at, but he can't shoot me. So he's just going to come up here, and I'm just going to execute him point blank. And once he's down, let's grab the pistol he dropped, and the pistol this other guy dropped. Alright, now that we have all the items that are down here on the floor, let's go ahead and ascend this whole area. We'll be back down here later, though. There's another guard coming out of here. By the way, these guys are speaking Czech, which is interesting, and they're in Paris, so yeah, kind of an interesting thing. Now, if we go over here to this side, we'll see that there's this box right here, and as you approach it, you'll notice that we get a hand icon, meaning that we can interact with it. We want to push this thing all the way to the edge in this direction, and then we can stand on this to get up on top of this light fixture. And now what we want to do is we want to do a running jump over to here, but we want to take our gun out, ignore the large med pack for now, take this guy out. And then there's another guy that spawns across the room, and this targeting system is just bad. I can barely even move. Alright, deal with all these guys, pick up their weapons. There's a bunch of items up here. We got both of their weapons, and then we have a large med pack and some bandages there at the end. So let's grab all this stuff, and then we're going to start jumping around on that light fixture that's moving up and down. Alright, walk to the edge here, I guess. Wait for this thing to go all the way down to the bottom, and then you can hop onto it safely. And then while this thing isn't moving, you can jump directly over to the next section. And now this beam right here is climbable, and we want to climb it, and get onto this side so we can climb up to the top of the light fixture. We want to walk on this triangle and just hop over, hop and grab. I guess it was raising on me, so I had to grab there. And then we want to be at the very top of the light fixture. We want it to be at its peak. And we want to hop over to the ledge directly in front of Lara. So I'm going to stand here and wait till I'm in good position. And then hop. We got this ladder right here. Let's climb this thing. You may notice an item flashing back behind that gate. We're going to go grab that right now, in fact. So what we want to do is we want to slide down this slope backwards, grab the ledge, and then shimmy over to the right. There's the item right there. And it looks like Desert Ranger clips. Alright, now that we have that, what we want to do is we want to aim for that bridge that we were just on, right over there, and just do a running jump over to it. You should land just safely into here. Now let's climb this ladder again. This time we want to go down that slope forward. Okay, we don't need to grab any items or anything, so, and it's the proper way to go. Slide down this thing, jump at the very end. You can just do a side jump over here. Now notice how high and how far she went when she side jumped. Like, she doesn't jump that far or high when she jumps forward like this. Sort of out of proportion there. Okay, jump and grab this light fixture thingy-majobber, and then shimmy over to the left, and as soon as that light fixture right there is out of the screen, you can pull yourself up. Now, if you notice while we're up here, let's take a look at these light fixtures. 3 of them are kind of like a dark gray, and then that one right there is kind of a bright, or a light yellow color. What that's trying to tell you is that one's unique in that it's the broken one. So remember that Pierre and Bernard both said that, or I don't know if Bernard said it, but Pierre definitely said that there's that the thing that we're looking for is hidden in the broken light fixture. So that's what we're looking for, is that yellow one. Now this door right here that I'm standing next to, you cannot open yet until you walk to this thing and use the action button and knock this bridge over.
I feel stronger now.
Now it's showing that you can go in that room, and inside of there we'll be able to control the light fixture in such a way that we can grab the item that's in the broken light fixture. That's showing you now, once you have it in position, where you can grab it from. Let's go in this door now. And then on the floor over here, there's a key. The switch back here doesn't work, and we can't leave through the door. I believe you can't leave that door yet, but there's 2 levers on this control panel. Now, one thing that you're going to need to know before you start this, maybe, is that when you use the right one, it puts one of the light fixtures in the position. And you cannot use the left control while that's happening. You have to move this back. Okay, so if you're stuck and you can't seem to move that left lever, make sure that this one is put in such a way that the piece is moved back into its proper position. And then you can walk over here and you can use these levers. You're going to want to use this twice, because using it twice is going to put the broken light fixture in the proper position to move it, so that way we can quote-unquote do maintenance on it, you know what I'm saying? So let's move it into position. And then let's go up in there and grab the item. That's going to be the box that they want. Either Pierre or Bernard. Just reach into this thing. Kind of a small little box, and we have no idea what's inside of it. I really wish that we would know at some point what was inside that thing. Pretty interesting though, maybe it's just money. Okay, now that also spawned a guy back in the room that we were just in, that control room, when we moved the light. And he's going to shoot at you, so make sure you got your gun ready. Shoot him point blank for best results. Pick up his gun, and then you can leave if you want, but there's more items in here for us to grab, so I'm going to go ahead and just climb down. I got to go all the way back down to the bottom. There was a key on the floor in this room just up above me. If you remember, I picked that up. It's the ticket office key, and what we got to do is we got to go down to the ticket office. We can go in there now. There's some chocolate here on the floor. And it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Uh-oh, I almost went through that door. Now this door right here you can't open from the other side until you've opened it from that direction. So, but we can now use that to get back. Oh, I'm getting shot at. Wow. That's... I forgot about that guy. I think he spawned early or something. Okay, now we're going to use this broken light fixture right here to get back to the other side. Get down to the bottom. Alright, it really doesn't matter which way we want to go. We just want to make your way all the way down to the bottom of Le Serpent Rouge. Down to the bottom floor. And there might be another guy that spawns from the ticket booth. But we'll see if it happens. This is the gun that the guy I just shot dropped. And over here is the ticket booth. And we can open the door now. Now there is actually a way you can open this door earlier and come in here if you want, but you just shoot the guy. You just shoot the first guy and then walk up. You just don't line of sight pull the other guy, and then you can shoot him while he's in here and the door will stay open. Alright, let's go out of here. I also picked up another ticket room key. For some reason it has two. Let's go down here and take a look at this. Ticket office. Okay, see, I got another ticket office key, but we're not gonna use that. So we basically just picked up a random item. It's gonna be there forever. Let's climb to the top of the Serpent Rouge. Remember, the way that you came and the way that you went before is the exact same way we want to go, except when we get to the next floor up above us, we don't need to climb on that moving light fixture anymore. Oh, I wanted to climb on top of that, Lara. Oh, I almost fell there. That would have been awesome. Alright, let's head this direction. And go through this door that we came out before. Here's a ladder. And now we're going to go back up to that door that we saw in the room while we were up here. And we can leave. Here's the door. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here, and we'll pick up where we left off in the next video, and I'll see you guys there. I'm Badass Games. Take it easy.